I will play Metroid Prime 4 eventually. I do own it. I literally see the game on my shelf right now. I just don't have time to play it right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Anyway, starting things off in Town and City. All right, let Medz commentate this set. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just have Medz just like talk about all his strategies and let Flybones know exactly what he's thinking about doing. Like, he's probably just thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna try to play safe, try to avoid running into his projectiles as much as I can as I accidentally throw myself into multiples. Shield? Get buried? Forward smash? Man, honestly, getting buried by Flybones, I always feel like I'm gonna die at any point. It's really hard to actually mash out of a berry from the down smash, honestly. I'm surprised that Medz decided to go for a roll. I thought he would have realized that going for that would just... Yeah, like, normally Flybones goes for a berry whenever someone's hanging off a ledge because they're always anticipating either a roll or a neutral get-up, and unfortunately loses their first stock. I think Medz is not really paying attention to his character, which is valid. Like one of the first lessons I learned when it comes to playing Smash Brothers is that you should always be focusing on your opponent instead of yourself. Because like, you should have a general idea of where you are, but you should be paying attention to how your opponent is moving, where they're going, as well as like anticipating what kind of actions they're going to be doing so that you can capitalize on punishing them. So your eyes at all times should be focused on your opponent outside of like situations where you want to properly space yourself for the most part. Good back air. Tunnel vision too hard, which is exactly why you don't play Smash Bros. That's entirely fair. Honestly, that can be the case for most multiplayer games in general. You should, like, if you tunnel vision too hard, sometimes you get lost in the sauce, you know? That happens to me a lot whenever I play Marvel Rivals, for example. I get too caught up thinking about certain things that I end up losing focus on what I'm actually supposed to do in the moment. I also sometimes... Oh my god, I thought he was gonna get blah, 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 blah. I lost track of my words there. Oh, they slipped right on through with that roll. That was really nicely done from Flybones. I'm surprised that Medz let up enough for them to be able to do that. Drink his shit. Fine. What a spike! Okay, I need a drink of that. After that. Almost got the jab lock there, unfortunately didn't quite get it. Medz is just running off stage. Yeah, he's just putting himself in disadvantage state. Oh my god, I am surprised that the gyroid didn't collide with you after that forward smash. That won't take it. That was sour spot. Medz is trying to find some way to hit that. Ugh, didn't take on the platform. That's unfortunate. Oh, what? Yeah, high enough percent. I guess that should have killed. It is a low ceiling in Town and City after all. Yeah, Medz is just getting poked out from these slingshots right now and accidentally... Yeah, Medz is just getting some incidental hits and that's just racking up enough damage to... Oh, there... Medz, what are you doing? That was such a hard punish. What were you doing? But yeah, just like Medz keeps on getting caught out with like some minor hits and that's just building up damage. I think Medz is just like letting it happen, frankly. Ooh, but that was a good back air. And you jump into the... Man, Medz always says, man, whether or not Limit is actually paying attention, but no, he can jump into the gyroid anytime. I see how it is. Anyway, first game goes to Medz. Honestly, like... Medz mostly got that because of like the overall aggression that Roy can get away with sometimes. His attacks are so strong. Flying bowling ball the wrong way in neutral. To be fair, Medz did the exact same thing when he accidentally did the up B on... When Flybones did up B on stage and Medz freaking forward smashed a tree instead. I think he was trying to extend a hitbox on that, but wrong direction because Flybones just flew over it instead. You're so disappointed with so many people hating a lot of new AAA games. Here's the thing, Poke Lover. There's a lot of AAA games that are either one, like trying to take advantage of people by making them give more money than they need to, aka games with battle passes or live service stuff, or two, have like gameplay that is very monotonous and isn't actually terribly interesting gameplay, but they're just like capitalizing on an like what's popular in the moment. So everything just kind of blends together. There's a joke about why a lot of Sony games are just over-the-shoulder games because they all look the same in terms of like design. So like a lot of the creativity of AAA games are kind of lost. Anyway, game looks pretty even so far. Honestly, I love how high the middle platform can actually get. It actually gets so freaking high, it looks like... Oh man, I feel like Medz could have punished that held forward smash there. I think they were just not feeling too confident about it. Oh, that's a punish, and forward smash, that's dead. That tree had it out for him. Medz keeps on like landing into that tree too, unfortunately. Oh, missed attack. Good chase by Medz though. Like it was like right at the edge of the screen, so Flybones couldn't quite figure out where they were, so they kind of just landed right into it, but Medz was able to read it. Don't land it. Oh my god! Why would you challenge the bowling ball like that? I am amazed that Medz only clanged with the bowling ball and didn't freaking die. That was crazy. Tower spot. All right, Medz is mostly just like trying to like wait out and find some like small hits here because he just like he is actively double jumping more in order to try to avoid the slingshots. Yeah, like that. Like he's trying to land on him with a forward air. And unfortunately, I haven't seen a single a little too far on stage for that, but gets caught with the gyroid. Oh my god, that was way too close for comfort. Oh my god, the tree ran out in just in time for Medz to not get hit by that tree. I think if he went for a back air, that might have actually hit Flybones. Ah, there's that weed. Three? Yeah, like Medz keeps on getting hit by the slingshot, which is like catching him off guard. I mean, I know he's in the lead after all, but double bowling ball. You know what? I kind of respect it. You got hit by the tree. Okay. Yeah, now he's just like landing onto, like, he keeps on landing onto the projectiles from Villager right now, which is making this way more difficult than he needs to. I know what he was also trying to do there too. Also was trying to extend the hitbox off the tree. Ooh, nice forward air, yay! Okay, you know what, Medz? Maybe Medz is doing better than I thought. Or maybe he's just cheesing out stocks because he's playing Roy. One or two can happen. Papa. Papa. Oh, speaking of which, anybody pick up Fire Red and Leaf Green? I'm planning on picking it up too. I mostly am just like waiting until I can clear out some of my backlog first so I can get to it. I wonder how they're going to handle the Johto Pokemon. Because they can't get the national dex with just Fire Red and Leaf Green. Unless you guys think they're going to release like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald sometime soon. That'd be cool. What? Is that all the Johto Pokemon? Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald are probably coming later. I can probably see that, but like, I forget how they get... No, you can't get all the Johto Pokemon because some of the Johto Pokemon are trapped on Coliseum and XD, and you can't get those Pokemon. Man, you can't complete the national dex on GBA... Well, in the GBA games on Switch. It also kind of sucks that you can't really do a lot of trading unless you actually have, like, 2 Switch consoles on you. Which, thankfully, Burmsly actually was telling me about a strategy of how to do that locally if you have 2 Switch consoles. All you have to do is, like, move the digital game card onto your second Switch, and then you can, like, do a trade that way.
Ready?
Pulling out the Falco, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Reflector and all that. I guess Meds, even though he won the last 2 games, just wasn't feeling it for Roy.
3, 2,
Anyway, heading over to his not favorite stage. Man, I swear, one of these days I will get back to Final Fantasy VII. I really did enjoy playing that game when I was last streaming it. Just haven't really found time to get back to it. Ooh, nice reflect, but unfortunately got punished right out of it. You don't feel like spending $20 right now, but you probably get Leaf Green out of it too. I grew up on Fire Red as well. Good back air. I definitely feel like I played more Fire Red than I did Leaf Green, even though I own both versions. Because I always... Man, am I calling myself out for saying that I was a loser who had no friends, so I just bought both versions to trade between myself? You know, I'll call myself out on that, yeah. You bought Sonic Frontiers recently? Hope you had... Oh, nice cat! Okay, Meds with the up B to get rid of the balloons and stage spike. That was scary. To Spike's Flybones? That was actually really clever. Yeah, Meds just wants to close out this stock fast. Yeah, it definitely feels like Meds is feeling more comfortable playing Falco at the moment. Which I definitely feel like Falco does require a little more skill compared to Roy. Ooh, fell out the forward air, unfortunately. They tried to do a drag down. Weren't they trying to do a drag down? That forward smash will not take it across the stage. This is a big stage after all. Oh, that axe will take it though. Sneasel is exclusive to Leaf Green, while Fire Red left you stuck with Delibird. Yeah, I definitely would appreciate the Sneasel. It's so weird to say I don't like Sneasel's evolutions. I don't really like Weavile in terms of design, but I think Sneasel is very dapper. All right. Flybones is going to have to play this Omega safe because 138% is not going to be good for them. Like, Meds just needs one clean hit and they'll be able to get Flybones, which is what Meds is going to need to do because Meds was mentioning this earlier, but Falco, he kind of relies on his combos to kill, and like, a lot of his like kill options are very prediction based, unfortunately. Yeah, he can't do his up tilt back air anymore because like Flybones is way too high %. So he's going to have to throw himself into very dangerous situations if he wants to actually close out this stock. So Flybones does technically have an advantage here as long as he doesn't fall for something dumb. Yeah, Flybones has to play this so mega safe and super campy for the most part. Yeah. Once again, play safe. Oh, they were caught between a rock and a hard place there, but that will clean it out. Medz takes it 3-0.
Falco wins.